Oh, you got her, dude. She's down.
Let's go.
Dude, I just shot a deer of a lifetime.
Freaking smoked him.
One with nature, and if you're a believer, one with God.
Definitely gets your heart pumping. Boy, you are in trouble.
Fall Obsession Podcast.
Howdy, folks. My name is Sam Thrash. I'm your Fall Obsession Podcast host for this week's podcast episode. Our podcast is driven by Ridge Rock Hunt Company, and I will give them a shout out here shortly at the end of the podcast episode. This week, we are doing something outside of our normal mold once again. Outdoors Dan with the Outdoor Call radio show. He invited me to come back on his show for his live broadcast this past weekend and everything. He did this a few weeks ago for episode 110, I think is when we aired it. Kind of his introductory episode, bringing us into his network with Fall Obsession and everything. So all I have to say, before hunting season, he wanted to have me back on, do another radio show with me, and gave us the permissions to be able to publish this as our podcast episode for the week as well. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to the show for this week and let you guys listen in, and hope you all enjoy.
All right, let's go head over to the phones and talk to our friend, Mr. Sam here at Fall Obsession. Good morning, Sam.
What's up, Dan? How are you doing, man?
3 weeks out from my moose hunt, buddy. I'm getting excited.
Oh, man, I would be too. That sounds awesome.
You don't have moose down there in Texas, do you?
Man, if we do, I ain't seen them yet.
Yeah, you got everything else. I mean, you got elk, you got javelina, you got whitetails, turkeys, you got, what am I missing? You got axis deer.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you guys got a whole bunch of stuff down there to hunt.
Yeah, we got quite the plethora down here for sure. I actually had a couple of my guys this summer able to go on a couple of those axis hunts, which were pretty cool. So some awesome stories to be told with that, and they're incredible and beautiful animals for sure.
Well, they taste wonderful. I've never had them. Larry, our buddy Larry McCoy, Larry said that's his favorite deer to eat. Now, I've had elk. And I've had moose, but I'm hoping it tastes, when you get your own moose or elk, it's going to taste better than anything that you were ever given by a buddy.
Oh, yeah.
But I have not ever shot a moose, so I will be buying a eye imaging scanner lock, thermal imaging laser grids, and a whole bunch of stuff to protect that moose in the freezer if I do get one, because that protein is going to be very precious to me.
Rightfully so. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah, I will make it in what is that word when you can't get in? Impregnable?
Something like that, man. I'm from Texas. Those words are too big.
Well, Andrew's a teacher, so that's why I was asking.
Impregnable, yeah.
Impregnable. Yeah, I just want to make sure my third grade education's paying dividends. Yeah. There you go. Good morning, Jerry. Good to see you, Jeff. Good morning. Good to see you on Facebook Live. Sam, you've been doing Fall Obsession since, what did I say, 2010? I was doing some research on you last night.
Yep.
And first of all, I want to say thanks for being part of the Outdoor Call Radio Network, on being on every Monday. We appreciate your show being on.
Well, man, we appreciate the opportunity. It's awesome to have our show on there and to just get more people listening, more people involved on both fronts, coming to Fall Obsession and learn about Outdoor Call Radio. So it's an awesome opportunity.
Now, you guys are actually heroes. Did you, Andrew? Did you know we have a hero on?
I do now.
Sam's a firefighter.
I wouldn't go that far, Dan.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to tell you, I've been on the air for 25 years. This is my 25th year on radio, and I've always said our police officers, our firefighters, first responders, paramedics. There's anybody that's a first responder is a hero in my book, and they should all have capes, and that's very important, and we acknowledge all that. So we appreciate what you do. So thank you for being. And you guys are basically a bunch of guys that folks. I'm not going to just say guys because there's ladies involved out there too. but you're a multi-outdoor venue with pods. You got articles and a really nice website platform at Fall Obsession. How did all this just come about? Was it from your blog?
Yeah, so it's kind of first and foremost, thank you for your support, first responders. I do appreciate that. And Fall Obsession, it came about, man, as you're spot on. As a blog is how I originally started it. Way back when, over 10 years ago, and just writing about my own hunting and outdoor experiences and stuff. And then as time went on, I thought, it'd be cool to get other people involved in this and have some other people contributing to this platform from other areas relevant to their experiences. So that led to me trying to put together some sort of field staff program, if you will. And actually, as small as we were that first year, we actually had 10 folks apply and join that first year, and it's just been moving on since then. And here in the past 3-4 years or so is when we've kind of refocused our attention to being a hunting and outdoor media production company. And you talked about everything that you saw on the website as far as the podcast, the media series, the articles, the reviews, all that kind of stuff. That's, we're trying to cover all of our bases with that from our staff members across the country and everything. So it's been really cool to be on this journey and to be growing and moving forward with it. So.
Well, you're doing a good job. Good morning, Chris. Good to see you, buddy, my old pure whitetail friend. It's amazing when you start to see your stuff grow and it gets some traction, and it's really a great sense of accomplishment. And you guys should be proud of yourself down there. I think you guys are doing some wonderful things.
Well, I appreciate it. We definitely are. We definitely have a lot more good stuff in the works and everything. I'm excited to see get another hunting season started here with our staff members and everything. We just brought some new people on board on our staff program this week, actually. So getting some new people plugged into the Fall Obsession team and rolling into another hunting season. It's good times. So.
Yeah. Good morning, Bruce. Good to see you on Facebook Live. So what are you guys hunting right now down there?
Man, so dove season opened up, and I actually I have not gotten to go yet, actually. So my weekend is full, but our dove season has started down here in Texas, and we're 1 month out from the beginning of October, the opener of whitetail archery. So I'm pretty pumped for that for sure. So
I hear you. We got to start October 1st. Our urban season starts September 15th in Iowa, but then the regular season is going to start October 1st, muzzleloader and then archery and stuff. I'm a little jealous back home in Missouri where I came from. It starts September 15th as the start of the regular season. So, and Larry Mack's already down in Kentucky. Him and Ryan are down there filming an early season velvet hunt. I'm really jealous of them guys.
Yeah, I'm already starting to see those velvet pictures creep into my my feed on my social media pages, and it's very oh man, it gets me pumped up. I'm ready to be in the woods.
Oh yeah. I'm not crazy about 90 degrees in the woods, but I know when I got my muley last year in velvet, it was pretty cool. That's probably one of my prettier mounts I've got on the wall down in the office.
Yeah, for sure. I'd be proud of that for sure.
Yeah. So what's your first big game hunt this year, buddy?
So it's going to be whitetail. We've done a little bit of pig hunting and everything this summer, but I was unsuccessful in my Montana draws and stuff this year. So I'm sticking it close to home this year and focusing my efforts down here in Texas on our whitetail property we have down here. We do have a media series around our whitetail management strategies on that property called Texas Dirt. We're filming season 2 of that for our YouTube channel right now, and then we're also coming to Carbon TV here in the next couple of weeks with that same media series. But all that is to say, I'm pretty excited. We've done a lot of work out on that place this year to kind of ramp it up to the next level from where we were at last year, and got some awesome pictures and stuff with some good deer coming in. So I'm excited for what this year's going to hold. And I got one stand in particular that's I got a pretty nice buck coming in, and that's probably where you're going to find me on opening day. So.
Do you guys have scrub oaks down there in Texas, Sam?
Scrub oaks? Yes.
Yeah, you do. So like out in Colorado, when I've whitetail hunted and elk hunted out there, those scrub oaks, when the acorns are dropping, I mean, the elk and the deer, that's where they're at. I mean, so you guys have the same thing there in Texas?
Yeah, we got man, out there on that place, we got a little bit of everything. We do have we do have scrub oaks and just little patches of hardwoods. We got a lot of mesquite and cedar on our place as well. So and the terrain itself is pretty. It varies quite a lot. So we kind of have a little bit of everything. It feels like out there as far as the best for rifle hunting and for bow hunting. So
sure. What is there any other mass trees? I mean, do you have like pecans or anything like that the deer eat?
On my place, my pecans are pretty few and far between. Man, I'm telling you, the brush out there, it is low out where I'm at as far as even the hardwoods patches. What I have one tree stand on 807 acres because it's the only tree I could find that I could actually put my tree stand in, and that's the one I'm talking about where I'm probably going to be opening day because I hunted from the ground all year last year, and that was fine and served us well, and we're going to be doing a lot of ground hunting this year. But man, I love being in a tree. That's my first choice every time. So I'm gonna be probably in that one opening day, and fortunately have a decent couple bucks that are roaming that area. So hopefully get a crack at one of them.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'd rather be in a tree stand than a ground blind. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from ground blind hunting. I do appreciate ground blind hunting, especially when it gets colder, But I just like, during the rut especially, I like being up in a tree so I can see everything more around me.
Mm-hmm.
I know some of the see-through blinds. Good morning, John. Good to see you, buddy. I know some of the see-through blinds that people have been buying the last couple of years. I tried them. They're neat, but I tell you what, if the sun's just right, if you don't put something behind you, especially those 360 see-through blinds, I honestly believe those animals can silhouette you and those deer if the sun's behind you or if the sun's just right. So just be careful because I've had a couple deer and a couple times putt off on me that I didn't even move, and I think they saw my silhouette in the blind. So I'm going to go back to using a back panel blind. And just go because I think it's gonna. You work so hard for that opportunity. It's bad enough when you mess up yourself. You don't want to give yourself away in the blind. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I had probably the crack that I had at the biggest buck I would have an opportunity at last year was from the ground, and if I had been in a tree stand, it would have been lights out. But because I was in a ground blind, because he's a smarter deer, he was zoned in on that blind. I was good to go inside. I did everything right. I checked all my boxes, but he's an older, smart deer. He was new to the area. He kind of came in after the rut, and he was locked in on that blind. He didn't like it. Tree stand would have been a different ball game.
Yeah, if you get your blinds out there like 2 or 3 weeks before, brush them and let them acclimate to it, that's not so bad. But man, I tell you what, if they see any kind of movement or they hear anything, they're gone. Yeah. I mean, you can try to minimize your scent you can run ozonics and you can open a little bit of the back wall and from the front and create an airflow and put that ozonics unit in there. So you can control your scent pretty much that way. But man, you can't control the sound and the movement. They're wary and they're smart, man.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They don't get big and old from being dumb, that's for sure.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Good morning, Mike. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. So what's your favorite thing to hunt, man, down there in Texas? Is it whitetails?
Oh, man, it's got to be whitetail. Like, I dabble in the turkey hunting, and I'll get into, some pig hunting and stuff in post deer season and then into the summer and everything. But, man, whitetail's my bread and butter. That's what I've grown up doing, and that's what I always love doing. I've hunted pronghorn before, and that holds a special place in my heart for sure. But I've only been blessed with that opportunity a couple times, so I still gotta say whitetail right now, man.
Okay. Chris says he'd rather be 25 feet closer to heaven as well, up in the tree. And of course, Chris, I know you're wearing that full body safety harness when you're up in the tree, right? Sam, you're a firefighter. Everybody should be wearing a full body safety harness.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, the safety is not something to be taken lightly out there, especially when you're pretty far back and you're out of cell service or you're away from anybody or any help. Absolutely, I'd recommend making sure that you got a tree stand safety harness and stuff. It was actually it made me think of a funny story. We myself and our production director Nick, he drew a WMA public land tag down here in Texas a couple years ago, and we went out there early bow season to hunt, and it was really too warm for whitetails, but we were still having fun hanging out there and tearing up some pigs. But we found this one tree, and it was just a straight shot up. It was just a massive oak tree, and I got probably I don't know, I probably got 25 feet up or so, 30 feet up as his cameraman in this tree, getting above him and everything. And he's down on the ground fumbling around with his hang on, and he finally looks up at me and sees how high I am, and he's like, "Dude, what are you doing up there? I can't go that high." And I kind of chuckled at him, but what made me think of that story was he was fumbling around with that blind on the ground. He ended up cutting his hand. It wasn't super bad, but he was like, "Hey, I can't hunt like this. I gotta go back to the truck." So he had to walk all the way back to the truck, get a bandage, get his hand taken care of, and then he basically just left me there, but walked all the way back to his stand, got back in. But that was about 30-45 minutes of our hunt that we lost right there, and obviously could have been a lot worse if it had been a more severe injury. So yeah, always take every safety precaution you can, because you never know how far away help is. So.
Yeah. Good morning, John in Illinois. Mike, what's a safety harness? Mike, a safety harness it's a full body safety harness. There's several companies out there that make them, Hunter Safety Systems, Muddy. But what it does is it goes around your upper body, and it connects down to your lower legs. So you got two straps that go around your legs, and then you have a strap around your waist, and then you got like straps across your shoulders. And what that does, you have a line that comes up and over about, I don't know, it's a tether line. It's about 4 feet. And when you're climbing up and down your tree stand to get up and down, you should have a safety line or a lifeline. There's usually 20, 25, 30 feet lines, and you hook your carabiner on that safety tether that comes off your safety harness onto that line, and you slide it up as you climb up, and then you slide it down as you climb down. And what that does is if you would fall or the stand would break while you're getting in or out, it's going to catch you. You're not going to fall out of the tree, and it's going to let you upright yourself without injuring your spine. It puts you in a fetal position, and that's why those are very important for you to wear. Don't wear one that just goes around your waist, because that can actually break your ribs and puncture your lungs. I've had 3 friends of mine over the last 33 years that have gotten killed falling in or out of a stand, and I don't want to lose any more. So. And I know a couple other folks that are paralyzed because they weren't wearing a safety harness. So it's, if you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for your family, because once you fall, you can't take it back, right, Sam?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And my one buddy, his son actually found him in the tree hanging. He had just a belt around his waist, and it suffocated him. It went up into his shoulders, and when he fell off his climber, and it suffocated him, and he died in the tree. And how can you imagine? You don't do that to your family. I mean, that's as honest as I can be about that. And he was one of the best guys you would ever want to meet in your life. And I just don't want to have that happen anymore. So
yeah, you want to take every precaution you can, and the as much as we want to be out there and be in the woods, be by ourselves, be closer to God and nature. It's We need to be able to go home at the same time. It's the same mentality at the firehouse.
Mike
everybody goes home.
I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry, Mike. I didn't know you were kidding. I don't know who's. If someone asks me a question, I don't know if they've been hunting before or not. So that's all right, Mike. So good morning, Sean, over in Illinois. Lots Outdoors. Good to see you. You're Baku bike dealer. Oh, good morning, Kenny. I tell you, Sam, listen, it's really nice to get back into the woods, get out there. We've been doing mock scrapes and trail cams. Do you guys mock scrape a lot down there?
We do some. I have not been as diligent at getting some of those up and running this year, and hopefully still be able to maybe work something out there. But mainly mainly working on getting some actual like mineral sites and stuff going on was kind of what I've turned my focus to here recently with some of our deer. So
Yeah. Sam, hang on. I got to take a real quick break. We'll be right back with Sam from Fall Obsession, the great website. What's the website? Fall Obsession what?
fallobsession.com. Go check it out.
That's easy. All right, Sam, hang on. We'll be right back on the Outdoor Call Radio.
This is the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on Des Moines Sports Leader, 1350 ESPN.
Welcome back to the Outdoor Call Show. We got Mr. Sam on from Fall Obsession, and I'd like to thank everybody for making us part of your weekend here on 1350 ESPN as well. So, Sam, I know whitetail is your favorite. You going out? You've been out chasing rabbits yet, or when's your rabbit season start?
Man, I'll be honest with you, Dan. I'm not a rabbit hunter. I just flat out am not.
Well, you know what? That's okay, because I wouldn't want to be a rabbit hunter down there because they're like 50 pounds. Them rabbits will drop kick you. They're so big down in Texas.
I know. Yeah, they're intimidating.
Oh, they are. I actually was the one time I was down in Texas hunting. I was on a pig hunt, and I had a jackrabbit jump up and threaten me and try to take my bow and give me a drop kick. I'm telling you what, I was shaking, Sam.
You sure it was a jackrabbit, or was that a kangaroo?
No, that was an 80-pound jackrabbit, buddy. That's it. And I tell you what, I just backed out and I gave him his space, and I got out of there barely.
Hey, you got to submit to the dominant being, you know.
I'm telling you, man, them rabbits are huge down there. So, I don't know. So, what? You guys, you didn't? Did you say you didn't draw Montana?
No, man, I was pretty bummed. I started my journey hunting out in Montana back in 2018. I put in and got an archery only tag out there that year, my first year, and was blessed to be able to take a stud pronghorn buck out there with my bow. The following year, I drew another tag, went back out there. That was a long week of hunting and unfortunately was unsuccessful, but I wouldn't trade that experience for anything, don't get me wrong. It was an unbelievable week up there. And then these last 3 years, I've put in and been unsuccessful in drawing each year. And I know that drought and them cutting some tags and stuff and has played a part of that. And then you also factor in just the, COVID and everything over the past few years and how more people have wanted to get outside and probably putting in for tags and stuff. I think all those things have kind of played into that. But it's been a little frustrating. Hadn't got to go to Montana since 2019, but hopefully one day I'll make it back up there. But wouldn't trade the 2 years I got to go for the world, that's for sure. So.
No, I hear you. So are you guys always looking for pro staff people at Fall Obsession?
We are, and actually I just had a staff meeting with our vice president and our staff manager yesterday to discuss this very thing. But we are officially opening up our doors publicly to accepting field staff applications from outdoorsmen and women. So we're especially interested in folks who are kind of out west and everything, or hunt out there. But then, I mean, if you hunt in the Northeast, the Southeast, the South, Midwest, wherever you hunt, we're wanting to build our team and expand our staff and everything. And we've kind of restructured a few things here to prepare for that upcoming growth. So we're open for business, Dan. We're accepting applications.
Well, I think you're smart to do that. That way you're diversifying your audience, and I get every week I get emails from folks, hey, how can I do what you do, or how do I get in with someone to start a career in the outdoors? And, I tell them just kind of keep your eye on social media and look for people that are looking for volunteers or look for pro staff folks, because that's basically how you need to get your foot in the door. Learn as much as you can about photography or videoing. Folks are always looking for camera people, and just I always say, if you do that though, make sure it's a good trade-off. Make sure you're getting something. If you're going to put skin in the game, make sure you're getting something back. Don't just do it and say, I'll work for nothing, because it's got to be a give and take for both people. To that way everybody's happy and you can grow and build a relationship or a partnership that way. But I'm excited for you to do that. I think that's one of the things I like about the Outdoor Call Radio. We got folks from all over the country that are hunting in Pennsylvania, New York, We got folks in Colorado. We got you guys down in Texas, Mississippi. I mean, we got folks all over the place. But, you know, I like to hear about how things are going in other states and how people approach hunting and fishing opportunities different from where I'm at, because to me, that's how you learn.
Absolutely, and you hit the nail on the head when you talked about kind of diversifying our staff and some of our content and everything, because that's what we're trying to do. You know, I'm down here in Texas, and for the most part, I've grown up my whole life hunting down here and staying pretty close to home. So when I start branching out into other areas of the country for knowledge and experience and stuff like that, I am 100% a novice. So I absolutely want to learn from somebody who's experienced and has the knowledge and, you know, the tenure, if you will, hunting in that area and everything. So we're definitely trying to grow in all those areas. It brings, like you said, all that different types of content and content relevant to those areas and those styles of hunting, brings all that to our pages and to our website and everything. And the other thing that's really cool about our staff programs is we put a lot of thought and time into the application process, and if folks go through it, they'll see that it's more than just filling out a form and saying yay or nay. We actually want to see some examples of what kind of content you can produce. There's a virtual interview with our staff manager and everything associated with that process and everything. And we really we're striving to get content creators on board, but at the same time, we're a very tight-knit, almost family of a team here at Fall Obsession, and we're really trying to grow the different regions that we have staff members in and everything, and because of that, you know, we want to make sure that anybody that's joining our team, joining our family, is the right fit for the organization and everything. So that's a big focus, is the family oriented aspect too of Fall Obsession. So we're really looking to, because on the flip side, you know, outside of the content production and everything, are the folks that are in these individual regions we have set up. We designate a coordinator for each of these regions, and that person kind of works to get the staff that are in that region together. Our Midwest region, for example, those folks have gotten together several times over the summer, whether it's for a bow fishing trip or just a cookout, hang out on the boat type deal, you know, whatever it might be, and then hunting in the fall too. So, you know, folks actually get boots on the ground and get together and, you know, build that in-person hunting community on top of everything else. So it's really cool to watch and to see it grow.
Yeah, no, I think I think that's smart, and I think you're doing some good stuff out there. Plus, if they join the team, they get that great logo to wear.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know you complimented us last time we were on, and we appreciate it. Yeah, that we get plenty of feedback on the logo and the design, so we're very grateful for that and glad to have something that's standing out in the industry. So. Yeah,
no, that's good. Well, hey, Mountain Man, good morning, buddy. Good to see you, Mountain Man out in Pennsylvania. I think you guys are doing some great stuff, Sam, and I want to thank you for being really diligent about keeping your content up on the Dropbox for me. It always cracks me up when I go to upload stuff in the network. I'll see a little thing saying Fall Obsession uploaded their Dropbox. So thanks for keeping up on that for me. It helps me out.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, we want to keep content going, and we publish a new one of our podcast episodes every single Monday morning. So every Monday we give that to you for you to put in queue wherever it may fall in your publication schedule too. So yeah, we want to get our content out there and get folks listening. So
yeah, well, you do a good job. Tell everybody how they can keep up with you.
So as we mentioned earlier, fallobsession.com, that's the website, that's the hub. That's where everybody can go to find all of our content, whether it's our video series. We have a lot of different types of video series out on top of that, as well as our podcast, educational articles, gear reviews. Our online store and our apparel are on there. You head over to fallobsession.com, just start exploring around. We're on all the main social media platforms. Give us a follow. We're also on the Go Wild app, which is a censorship-free app for hunters and outdoorsmen. Really cool platform they have there. If you haven't checked out Go Wild, go check that out. Our YouTube channel, go subscribe to that. We put out multiple new videos every single week regarding these media series, and also just educational articles for hunting, videos for hunting in the outdoors. And then we're on Waypoint TV. Our podcast is on there, and then our podcast and several of our shows are about to be on Carbon TV as well, so you guys can find us there.
All right. Sam, always a pleasure, buddy. Let me know how you're doing this fall, and we'll try and get you on again soon.
Yeah, looking forward to it, man. After you go on that hunt, give me a call. We'll get you on the podcast.
I'll be more than happy to do that. That'd be great. Thank you, buddy.
You bet.
All right, tell everybody I said hi and be safe out there.
Will do. Appreciate you, Dan.
There he goes, Mr. Sam from Fall Obsession. Good bunch of folks down there doing a good job. All right, I got to take another quick break. We'll be right back on 1350 ESPN.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all for listening to another Fall Obsession podcast episode. Thank you to Outdoors Dan for having us back on his show and allowing us to use this as our podcast episode for this week. You guys heard there at the end of the radio show how you guys can find Fall Obsession, where you can find us. Be sure that you go follow us on social media, and please subscribe to our podcast on whatever podcast platform you are listening on. We are on all major podcast platforms, as well as our YouTube channel and Waypoint TV, coming soon to Carbon TV as well, so all that is pretty exciting. Head on over to our online store. Today is actually Labor Day that this episode is airing, so if you catch this episode on day one, on Labor Day, we still have our Labor Day sale going on for our apparel, so be sure that you go pick up a shirt. We have shirts. All of our shirts are on sale for Labor Day, starting as low as $4.99. Good luck finding another deal like that in today's world. So head on over to fallobsession.com and explore around. Finally, Ridge Rock Hunt Company is the podcast partner. We are very fortunate to have Derek and Lacey in our partnership network with Ridge Rock. They book hunts, so if you are looking for your next experience, your next hunting trip, and you're trying to find a vetted outfitter to make your experience all the more better, Derek has a just massive network of vetted, trusted outfitters across North America for all different types of hunts. So give Derek a call, and he will help find something that works for what you're looking for and in a budget and a time frame that's realistic for you to be able to do that. So Ridge Rock Hunt Company, go check them out. I will also kind of elaborate a little bit more to what I talked about with Outdoors Dan regarding our staff. Our staff application process is open. We are accepting new applicants for the field staff position across the country, especially if you are out in the western region. We really want to hear from you, so head on over to fallobsession.com/staff. That's where you guys can find basically our staff roster and see the individuals that are currently representing Fall Obsession and everything. And then at the very top of that page, there's going to be a button, top and bottom of the page, I believe, there's a button that says Staff Opportunities. Click on that button. It'll take you to another page that will show you exactly how our pro and field staff programs work, and there will be a form on the bottom of that page where you guys can apply for that staff position, or basically send us the inquiry, and then our staff manager Todd Sellen will be in contact with you guys to send you the actual link to the full-blown application, and we'll get you going from there and get you guys plugged into the Fall Obsession community. So thank you all for listening to another podcast. We're back again next Monday, as always, for another one, and we'll catch you then.